everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, Mercury. So today we are doing our ship tour, Icon of the Seas. We are going to start at the bottom, work our way up. This is going to be a little bit disjointed. There may be some costume changes because I'm going to do this over a couple of days probably, mainly because the upper decks, very, very busy and popular during the daytime. I will show them at nighttime, but based on what shows I'm going to see, so on and so forth. I don't know if I'm going to get to it tonight, but I will get to it. So I'll put it all together. It'll be one ship tour for you to see. So we're gonna start at the bottom, work our way up. We are starting at deck 3. So just to sort of give a little overview, there are 18 decks you can get to. Some of them we will not, because like the top deck is just suites. Some of these decks, like 12 through 14, are really just rooms. So we are starting down here and we are gonna work our way up. The first noteworthy thing about this ship is the elevators. Now, because I'm working my way up, I'm going to be taking the stairs, but these elevators are destination elevators. So you're not just pushing an up or down button, you're pushing the button of what floor you're going to, and then it tells you what elevator to get on. So what I would say is if you have a party with multiple people, you want to press it for each person in the party so the elevator knows how many people are getting on. So this is the keypad, and there's multiple keypads. So there's like one here, there's another keypad there, there's another keypad there. So you have a whole bunch of keypads, and you literally just push what deck you want to go to. It tells you what elevator, and it lights up. But back to the ship tour. So on deck 3, the main venue here is Music Hall. It takes up 2 decks, so it's going to be deck 3 and deck 4. So we're just taking a look while it's not so busy in here. And this venue has different shows, different performances. There's going to be a tribute band later on tonight. So lots of different uses of this space, and I'll show you the upstairs when we get to the next deck as well. Also, a lot of these venues, they also have their own menus. So they have special drinks based on the venues. The other thing that's on this deck is the medical center. So if you get a boo-boo, if you get sick, if there's anything wrong, they do have a medical center on the ship. So now we're going to go to the other side of the ship. So we're on the forward part of the ship. I'm going to show you the aft part where the conference center and dining room is. Okay, I had to walk down this hallway full of staterooms because there's no other connectors on this deck. But we're going to come out over here, and there's stairwells at each end by the elevators. Over here's the conference rooms, and the main dining room is right over here. So the main dining room is 3 decks. On deck 3, that is the one they are using for the My Time dining. The ones on decks 4 and 5 are if you're going at the classic, like either 5 or 8 p.m. dining seatings. So here we are, deck 4, main dining room again. This would be the classic time seating. And I'm up by the elevator banks. And then if we go through here, this will lead us into the Casino Royale. They have a whole lot of different types of slot machines, lots of table games, so many options of things to play. I happened to have played this game the other day. I won a little, I put it back in the machine like a dum-dum, and you know, the machine wins. I mean, we all know, it's rigged in the casino's favor. That's just the way these things work. So there is an exit over here in the casino that'll bring you back upstairs, and that'll bring you onto the Royal Promenade. Or if we continue on forward through the casino, this will also bring you into the upper level of Music Hall. So right here, exit from the casino into Music Hall, and we could see the upper decks. The upper deck of Music Hall is here. And there's a band tuning up. Nothing going on right now. They sound really good. Sound really good. I want to come back for that show. Then at the end of deck 4, so this is the front of the ship, deck 4, we have the Royal Theater. This is where the main shows are. Now the Royal Theater takes up 2 decks. It's on deck 4 and deck 5, but you can only enter on deck 4. And if you want to sit in the balcony, you can go up the stairs via inside the Royal Theater. So last night I saw the Wizard of Oz in there. Tonight I'm seeing a headliner performer and he's doing like juggling and all sorts of stuff. So I'm excited for that, and I'll have another video about all the entertainment. So this is what I'm seeing tonight. Adam Cairo, signature artist. So he's a two-time world champion of juggling. I'm excited. Shall we continue on? Let's go upstairs, up to deck 5. Things start to get more exciting up here. Deck 5 is where the Royal Promenade is. So, like I mentioned, there is also the Royal Theater here, but this is not the entrance. However, I do want to show everyone this because this was confusing via the map, the fitness center. Before we get to the Royal Promenade, I want to show everyone how to get to the fitness center. This was so confusing for me when I was looking at the map. I was like, there's a hallway, it's on the jogging track, it's disjointed, I don't get it. There's 2 ways to the fitness center. One of them via the jogging track. We're gonna follow this around. And I know it's really windy, but this right here, here's the fitness center. You just have to follow the jogging track. This will get you there. Here is the Royal Promenade. So there are so many venues here, and there's even live music playing right now. So much going on the Royal Promenade. So coming from this end of the ship, we have Spotlight Karaoke. So there's nothing going on in there right now, but we could take a look. We could take a look. So this is a karaoke venue. And then they have the stage set up, all the different monitors, so you could sing along to your favorite tunes. Be the rock star you always wanted to be and never knew you were. Yeah, we could all be rock stars here. Okay, on this deck of the Royal Promenade, there's also a little bit of shopping with the beauty store and Effie, which is the jewelry store, along with Sorrento's, so pizza. And the pizza is complimentary, it is included. So if pizza's your thing, and Roy had it the other day, he enjoyed it, and he had more, so it had to be good. We have some live music right on top of the collection over here. The collection is like designer bags, like Louis Vuitton, Coach, those types of brands. That's all in the collection. Right on top, we got live music. We also got a Starbucks, so if you have that kind of craving for your coffee. You also have the Royal Shop, so all of your branded merchandise. And the Pearl. The Pearl is the icon of icons. It is just an absolutely massive piece of kinetic art, and there is absolutely no way this video could do it justice. It is gorgeous. It has these pieces that move in and out and angle and change the reflection of the light. The stairwell lighting changes. It's absolutely phenomenal. And there is no way to fully appreciate it other than being right here. I mean, wow, look at that. There's also this open concept for a lot of the bars and dining that are on the promenade. So right here is 1400. This is actually its own bar, but it's sort of like, it blends in. It looks sort of like a seating area. There's also escalators that go down to the casino from here. Guest services. And then right across from guest services, we have the Point and Feather, and that's like our English pub over here. And again, all of these different venues had their own special menus. And much like other ships, there's art all throughout the ship. But this in particular struck my funny bone, something spectacular. It's a doggy going wee. This was their art choice. They have a Mastiff who's getting a little bit of relief. But the thing that's confusing and funny about it, there's a fire hydrant right here. He could have just used this. Fire hydrant, doggy going wee. I don't know, I don't get it, but it makes me laugh. So, it's okay. Okay, over by the doggy sculpture and the Point and Feather is next cruise. So if you want to book while you're on board this cruise, this is where you come. What I've learned from past times that I've done that is you do need to make a reservation, like save a time slot to go there to talk to somebody, and they do fill up. They do give you like extra incentive for booking on board, and if you also use a travel agent, it'll get applied to them. But it may or may not be the best deal, so you do want to sort of like look around. We also have Port Merchants, which is the discount liquor shop. And they also carry tobacco products as well. You can see they have some specialty beverages in addition. Like, wow, that is expensive. Oh my gosh, $1,000 bottle of alcohol. That is beyond my budget. But if that's your jam, they got it. Then the last thing on this deck is the main dining hall. So we're back by the elevator banks, and we're gonna go walk up another deck. So here we are, deck 6. And then up here we have more of the Royal Promenade. And then we also have playmakers, and we also have the kids and teens areas, as well as Absolute Zero. Let's go check it out. So we are going to head to the left first. We're gonna go up one side of the Royal Promenade on this floor, come back down the other side of it if we can, and then we'll go that way because Surfside is that way. And Absolute Zero and Playmakers, yeah, there's stuff that way. We are just above where we were before on the Royal Promenade. And up top side here, we have Borello's over here, which is where they have like Latin music and dance classes. And again, open concept. You could see all the seating. You could just sort of come and go. Straight across the Schooner Bar, and you'll see also open concept. I'm still on the fence if I like it or don't like it, because it's like on one hand, very inviting, but on the other hand, there's nosebleed, so I'm not quite sure. I'm still a little on the fence. So on the back side of the Pearl, there's a giant whale sculpture, which will help you find the Pearl Cafe. The Pearl Cafe, it is a complimentary dining area, and it's set up grab and go style. So you could just literally come on up, grab a quick snack from the cold cases, and if you want something hot, you just let them know and they heat it up for you. There's also specialty coffee for an additional cost there. And this is just an example of some of the food offerings they've had. I've been snacking on these hummus dips with the veggies. They have been delicious. And they also have your beverage station right here where you could get the strawberry kiwi, iced tea, lemonade, or fruit punch, as well as hot beverages like coffee and tea. So from here between the Pearl and the attic, we get a good view of the live music that's being played right now. So this area here that looks like a brick facade, this is the attic, and this is the comedy club. So this is one of the few venues that you can't really go to when it's not open, when there's not a show going on. But I do find it amusing. That there's a Zoltaire machine. Now, I've seen the movie Big. I'm not messing around with Zoltaire. No, not making any wishes, not asking any questions of this fella. Didn't end well for Tom Hanks. Josh Baskins got what he wanted, but it wasn't what he wanted. It was like the monkey's paw. Then over here, this is something I'm really excited for. This is Dueling Pianos. It's a piano bar. So there's nothing going on in here right now, but we'll just walk through. They have dueling piano shows. So you can see they have 2 pianos set up at the stage. They're covered right now. And they do competitive piano shows. Yeah, so I'm hoping to catch one of these because they look like a lot of fun and they drew a great crowd last night. And that open concept continues because Giovanni's is right here. And this is what I'm saying feels strange to me, is like, we can just walk through the restaurant. This is a specialty dining restaurant. We're just walking on through. If you saw the scavenger hunt video, this was the bike I had to find the color of. Yeah, that was it. And then Giovanni's just transitions right into Schooner Bar. So Schooner Bar is another piano bar, different vibe. But you could tell what I mean by like the sound bleed, right? Like there's live music on the promenade, so it's sort of like overriding whatever vibe of the clubs would be. So it's a little bit confusing like that, and why I'm still on the fence about this open concept. Right, so it's like on other ships, like I would chill in the Schooner Bar when I was looking for a quiet place to hang out. Schooner Bar was it. If there wasn't trivia going on, you know, it was pretty chill. There's so much noise from other stuff going on. It's a different vibe. Not good, bad, or otherwise. It's just a different vibe. So now back at the after the shift, we have Playmakers and Absolute Zero through here, and then through these doors and up is Surfside. But then through here is Adventure Ocean, which is like the kids' play center. So I'm gonna skip Adventure Ocean because I don't want to go and film other people's kids, because that's not cool. Surfside might be very busy with kids right now. I'm gonna check, but first we're gonna go over through Playmakers. We're gonna check if we could like take a look at Absolute Zero, and we'll see if that we have access to it right now or not. So you have to access Playmakers by walking through this shop. And this is the thing, you have to like go through Playmakers to get to Absolute Zero. There's no other way around that I'm aware of. They have a lot of cool stuff. They have billiards and they have foosball. They got foosball, air hockey. You know what's funny? This is the sports bar. This is actually a more chill environment than the promenade right now. Go figure. Absolute Zero. This is the ice skating rink. So this is open, so we're gonna take a peek-see. Oh, but it's actually closed, so it's like we could access the bathrooms maybe and social 020s for teens. But yeah, it's not open right now. I filmed some footage on my first day, so I'll stick that in now. So this is Absolute Zero. So it's a big circular ice rink with circular seating around it. So we are entering Surfside. So that was the shop I was just in. I just came around and through these doors, and you're greeted by a gigantic flamingo. It is so colorful and playful here. This is really the kid-friendly section of the ship. Lots and lots of the activities and shops and things here are really geared for the kiddies. Or the kids at heart, because there's an arcade and I like arcades. So we're gonna check that out. So we got some big prize machines like this. We got air hockey. We got a motorcycle game. We got like a dune buggy racing game. Oh, we got Mario Kart. There is a Happy Duck game. Oh, I have to rehome the duck. If you don't know about cruise ducks, you should find out about cruise ducks, because we found one. I'll tell everyone about cruise ducks in another video. But here, we have Sugar Beach. Doesn't look like it's open right now. Here's the hours. They'll open in a little while. 6 o'clock. It's not quite that yet. But it looks like they have some sweet treats in there. There's also this carousel. We have some seating over here, and this is part of the Pier 7 restaurant. So let's go over there and check out the menu. Now for Pier 7, there is an additional fee. So it is an add-on experience for Pier 7. So here's the menu for Pier 7, and it says make your selections by choosing 3 courses, 1 from each category, and it's $24.99. So they have like chicken lettuce cups, quesadillas, shrimp tostadas, salad. Let's see. They have seared ahi tuna, Baja fish tacos, Korean fried chicken, grilled cheese. And then for dessert, they have things like caramel waffles, warm toffee chocolate cake, and banana split. And straight across is the Lemon Post bar. So they have specialty drinks here. Let's take a look. So look at this. They have both non-alcoholic beverages that are like fun and look at this. So if you have the soda package, they have these freestyle machines all over the ship. And then there's also places where you can get like fruit punch and iced tea. Then over here, we have Surfside Bites, and these are included. So you could get little churros or a cookie or a fruit skewer. And they also have like chicken nuggets and hot dog and cheeseburger. So quick little bites here. There's also the Surfside Eatery. And I believe this is like an included buffet. So I have not yet tried the Surfside Eatery. I'm gonna check it out at some point on this trip, but I haven't made it just yet. So I just went up these stairs, so I'm a little bit higher than the Flamingo now. I'm heading towards Central Park, but there's also a shop over here called Sunshine and Sundries, and it has exactly what you would think it would have. Little things that, in case you forgot, sunscreen, bathing suits, towels, things like that. And through here, this is how we get to Central Park. We go past and through the elevator banks. Look at the butterfly art. Oh, this butterfly art is great. And The theme of the butterflies will continue into Central Park. It is lovely. Central Park is one of my favorite areas. It's chill, it's serene. They have like, you know, a lot of restaurants and shops, but it's a calm atmosphere here. So this is just sort of an overview of what Central Park looks like. On this side we have Lou's Jazz and Blues. I have not yet gotten to check that out, but it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a jazz and blues club. And then they have the high-end watches for shopping over here at Regalia Watches. Oh, look at the bunny sculpture. Hello, bunny family sculpture. Oh, we could look at the specialty menu here for the jazz club. So let's see. We have beef flat, jazzy saz. They also have a little booth called Bubbles, which is a champagne bar. And then there's the Park Cafe right over here. And the Park Cafe is a complimentary venue, but has limited hours, so you gotta watch the hours that it's open. Also, the Bubbles Champagne Bar is very small. It's like a little booth, and I've walked by here a few times and I've missed it. So you gotta keep your eyes open for that one. Remember how I mentioned those butterflies and that the butterfly theme was gonna carry through? Yep, there's some more of those butterflies. Oh wow, look at that orchid. That is a beautiful orchid. So as we're moving along, we have Trellis Bar. And we also have two of the specialty restaurants here. We have Chops Grill and Izumi. Now the thing with Izumi here, they also have Izumi in the park, which is like a to-go window in addition to the sit-down restaurant. Options. Options are always good. So after Central Park, hopped on the elevator up to 15, and that's where we're picking up. So on the 15th floor is where you will find the aquadome. There is an awesome aqua show here. And there's also other stuff up here too. So in addition to the aqua theater, which is front and center here, there's also Hook Seafood, which if you head to the left over here is the specialty restaurant. We have our aqua theater here. There's a circular setup, so we're gonna go round and we'll get the full 360 of it. Right here at the edge of where the aqua theater ends is where the overlook begins. And there are these couple of pods over here. And these are great. They're like very cushy and comfy pods. It's like just a great relaxing space, and they have power ports. They have charging areas for your devices if you want to sit and charge up. And then this is the overlook. So it does have a bar, but this is also the area that I found to be one of the quietest indoor areas of the ship. So I brought my Kindle over here. I was sitting and reading for a while. This was just a very chill, relaxed space to be in. All sorts of different seating arrangements. They have like loungers and basket chairs, couches, fake fish, you know, all the accoutrements, because you need fake fish, right? It's also hard to tell, but these triangles, it's all glass. So this is actually looking out into the ocean, but because we're doing this at night, it's a bit hard to see. Then there's another bar over here, the Ryan Bean. And you'll notice we're coming up on the other side of the Aqua Theater. So we just went basically around back of the Aqua Theater. Then we have the Aquadome Market. Now this is where I went for lunch a few times here. They are sort of like food hall style. They have different counters with different options. So there's a creperie, there's ginger, Max, which is mac and cheese, feta Mediterranean, and toast and garden. So it's like 5-in-1 over here, and what I've had here has been delicious. I've been very happy with it. And then up here, it's the fancy Royal Caribbean Bling, and it's even called that. It's the Royal Bling. It says so right there. Okay, we're gonna head outside now, so if it gets a little windy, I apologize for that, but we'll see what we can do. This is deck 15. So we have a couple of options. We can go left or right. Let's go right. So we have some table tennis set up over here. Now during the day, all these chairs are set up, so they're just stacked up like this because we're walking around at night. During the day, this is a hopping area, but I figure come up here at night so I could show you around, not get into people's personal space, and just really show you a lay of the land up here. So here's one of the hot tubs, and there is a bar right over here, the Lime and the Coconut. You might recognize that from other royal cruise ships. As we keep going, over here is one of the swimming pools. Let me come over here and I'll show you this pool. So this pool is one of like those infinity edged pools, and it has like steps, so it's tiered. I wouldn't really say it's a pool to swim in as much as like a pool to hang out, you know, to waist deep. You know, it's a place to chill and have pool vibes. Pool vibes occur here. The bigger swimming pool, and probably the only pool on the ship that you could actually legitimately swim in, is on this deck right across from us. So we'll swing around. There's also this area over here with like these cushions. They're not trampolines, but they're a little bit bouncy. And there's these swings and like little steps and teeter-totter kind of. No, not a teeter-totter, because that's a seesaw, but I was referring to these where you could step and balance, and then these swing around a little bit. So the kids have a lot of fun on these during the day. And right over here is Cantina Fresca and El Loco Fresh. So you have the complimentary Mexican eatery over here, as well as a bar. As I mentioned, on the other side of this deck, this is where the main pool is. So this pool is the only pool that I would say is like swimmable. It does have some loungers like in the water, and then you could see like further down, like right over there, that's the swimming area. But this is the biggest pool on the ship. Now, if we were to turn around and go through these doors right here, straight ahead of us would be elevators and the Windjammer. But we are going to turn and go this way, because this is going to lead us over to a small set of stairs that'll bring us up by the water slides. I'm really sorry about the wind. I might have to throw some music down if the wind is really bad. We'll see how it goes. So now we're up. This is deck 16 and Thrill Island. This is the water park. This is where all the water slides are. It's also where Flow Rider is. This is like the fun, family-friendly, exhilarating area of the park. On this end, there are 3 different water slides with entrances here. There is Pressure Drop, which is the yellow slide. There's also Hurricane Hunter and Storm Surge, which are both family-style raft slides. And you could see the rules. And something I like, all of the slides have these gauges that let you know how intense they are. So it gives you a good sort of heads up before you get on them, so you know what you're getting in for. So far, I've done the pink and the green slide, and they're a lot of fun. Fast, but they're a lot of fun. This is the drop-off for one of the other slides because these are all sort of like, they're all intertwined and sort of wrapped around. The other thing is there's water elements. So like these trees over here, during the day they spray water, and this tree sprays water. So it's like little splash areas too. So you can see the 3 slides we just passed. They're that way, and then there's 2 more slides if we keep following it around. 2 of those slides do require mats, and the mat pick up and drop off is right over here. And then this is the stairwell for the other slides. So the two mat slides are over here, and this slide with the drop. So you go into like one of those pods and the floor drops out, and that's how you get started on that one. So then if you're standing here sort of like in the middle of like all of these water slides, right? So it's like I got the drop slide over here, I got the twisty family slides behind me. Right in front of me, this is where Flow Rider is. So these stairs right here, these lead you over to where the Flow Rider is on this ship. So it's, again, it's not on right now, but just for awareness of where it's located, it's right here. It's right here. So the other thing is this, what I'm looking down on, this is the hideaway, and we'll wander down there if it's open right now. But this section is the adults only area. So you have two hot tubs over there, this pool, and a sun deck. There's also a bar underneath us over here, and that all of that is adults only. So speaking of the adults only area, let's walk over and take a look at it. Right around here, so this is the stairwell from one of those slides. Right over here, this is the hideaway. And again, this is the adult 18 and older section. And there is a sign to let you know, adults 18 and older. There's another one over here. So this is the adult section. You see you have two hot tubs right over here. We have a nice seating area here. And then this is the sun deck for the hideaway. So this is just at the aft of the ship. So you have a view just of everything going by. This is the adult pool. So again, not really a swimming pool per se, but it is the pool that is dedicated to adults. The day beds that are located here, 1, 2, 3, those are available to rent for an additional fee. But the chairs, I believe, you can just sit in. I'm not 100% sure on that. I do know the day beds are reserved. And the hideaway does have its own towel rental location, and these are located throughout many of the decks because a lot of these pools are spread out. And on this side is the hideaway bar. So this is just another area, but this one is adults only. Now during the day, there is a lot of noise in this area that kind of spills over from the water parks and sort of like all the excitement and other stuff that's going on. So it's not a quiet adult area. So it's not like, say, on some of the other ships like the Solarium where it's like chill and mellow. That is not the vibe here. This is like the party pool for adults and just adults. It's the best way I could describe it. So coming back around, so we're back on deck 16, and this is where the Lost Dunes is, which is the miniature golf. And I played around. It's fun. It is a fun mini golf course. There's a lot of like secret passageways for the ball to go through. So like if you look at like these palm trees here, like there's a little hole in them. So there's a lot of shortcuts in this mini golf path. And then directly across from it is base camp. So this is another one of the bars and a quick service area. Base camp does have an additional fee, but these are some of the menu items. So they have waffle chicken nuggets, Wisconsin cheddar cheese curds, crispy shrimp bao buns, a grilled chicken sandwich, and a smash burger. But they also have some complimentary items of a hot dog, a pretzel, or tater tots. So as we leave base camp and we go back to, the outer edge of the ship here, they have these two things set up called sub soccer. So you can have two people sit on it, and there's a soccer ball, and you just kind of basically play a seated version of soccer. Like the things you sit on are the goals, and you got to try to get the little soccer ball in. So I haven't tried these yet, but they seem pretty popular. They do. And that is right across from the rock wall. So yes, if you are a rock climbing fan, you can get some rock wall time in. This is new on this ship. This is Crown's Edge. So this is like part obstacle course, part zip line. But there is an additional fee to use this. So you could see over there the harnesses, right? So when you go up there, you get all harnessed in, strapped in. And then let's go to the other side so you could sort of see the obstacle course part. So there's this little bridge you have to walk across. And then each of these is like a foot step, like so you have to walk on those. And then these X's you have to walk across. And you keep going around. And remember, you're attached to that track, right? And then you get to that platform right there. See that platform that kind of looks like a diving board? But mind you, at this point, you're over the edge of the ship, right? So this right here, this is where the ship ends. That platform is over the edge. And that platform, as you get to it, it drops. And then the zip line portion kicks in and you go sort of like down and around and back to the platform. That's a bit much for me. Roy would try it, but there is an additional fee for it. You know, will there always be? Who knows? But right now, there is. Then as we keep walking around, this is kind of the main sun deck. So we have over here all these loungers. They're for anybody to use. And then there's these casitas. So you have a bunch of them. But you do have to pay an extra fee to use the casitas. This area right here, this is where like a lot of the Caribbean beach music gets played. Basically, all of your tunes for your pools emanate from this spot. And then this is kept clear because people dance over here. I actually chose this spot during sail away. So we were hanging out in this area and they were playing great music for sail away time. It was a fantastic vibe. So we're continuing around the bend, past all these casitas. And you could tell there's a bunch of them and they line the entire side over here. And we're coming up on another pool. And this pool is actually pretty cool. This is a pool bar. So you have towel rental right here. But as this wraps around, it's actually a bar. It is a swim-up bar. And you can see all of the seats, the little pedestals in there and the floating tables. Yep, that whole section of the pool, that is the bar. So we'll come around a little bit more and you could see there's some like beach lounge mats, beach recliners in water, and the swim and tonic. So you could see a little bit more of what the overview of that pool looks like. So the way that decks 16 and 17 are arranged, 16 runs down one side of the ship and 17 runs down the opposite side of the ship. So like it's only one side. So we're gonna head up to 17 now. The other thing to note is that Coastal Kitchen is over here on 16, which is the restaurant dedicated for suite guests. And we're gonna turn here and go up these steps. So then here is again Coastal Kitchen. It is on 2 decks, both 16 and 17. And then we're gonna head out. Okay, following around deck 17, and we were only able to turn left. There was nowhere else to go because again, it runs down one side of the ship. So we have lots of loungers and another pool. This is another type of like infinity edge pool. And again, not really a big swimming pool, but a good plunge pool, right? Because during the day, this is full of people. We have another lime and coconut bar. And more seating. Deck 17 is your prime sun deck location. Now, other decks do have loungers out, but because of the staggered nature of the decks, most of them are actually in the shade. There's a lot more shade opportunities on this ship than on other ships I've been on. Deck 17 is the one deck that's like, you're getting sun. And these loungers actually are like pretty cushy. Look at the thick padding these loungers have. Like, it's, oh yeah, that's squishy. That is a squishy lounger. That's like a lounger you could take a nap on. That's nice. And we're just following this around. And it sort of ends over here, right by Crown's Edge. And the water park. So that's where this wraps up. So then just past those loungers, we came inside through the doors and we're cutting across to see the sports court. Okay. So there are some kids playing basketball right now, so I don't want to, catch them on film without their permission. But there is like a full-size basketball court as the sports court. Different times that they play pickleball, they have dodgeball, they have basketball. So they have a lot of different games at like scheduled times, and they also have free play sessions like what's going on right now. So that is all of Icon of the Seas, at least all of the parts I have access to. There are some parts of the ship that I couldn't show you because I'm either not a platinum or diamond member, so I couldn't show you the lounge that's dedicated to them. And there's areas that are designed for like suite guests or things along those lines that I, again, don't have access to. But everything I was able to see, you've been able to see. So with that, I am done for the day. I'll see you all real soon. And I hope you enjoyed this ship tour. And until then, stay inspired. Bye, everyone. Take care.